It's the good word. Uh, I'm gonna wait to see if anybody comes on before I start talking about my day. Tired. That's what I know. Kind of in a daze today, but I also did a little bit of meditation before this. So a little out of it. Anyway, so it was kind of another rough day, but not as excruciating. It's hard to say it was a better day when I'm still so fucked up. It's just better than it was. Um, I'm still completely worn down. Anxiety's still high. Somebody mentioned in the comments about I might have just had a nervous breakdown, which totally makes sense. So I'm hoping it calms down. I'm so terrified. After I fucked up the rem run and did this cut, and it keeps kicking my ass. 3.5 months later, I admit I'm kind of, I'm scared. It just sucks. So just kind of day by day with me. I did manage to take another very short walk today. I'm taking, I forgot the person who came on and suggested doing 2 minutes of walking every day for a week and then moving it up. I'm doing a little bit more than that. So yesterday I did 0.31 miles. Today I did 0.33 miles. Duration of 9 minutes. Nothing major, but um, it's something. And I can't jump into. I could walk a lot farther. I could probably walk a mile, but it's not about what I can do. It's versus what my nervous system will deal with in my brain. Um, I can physically do it, but I know what happens if I overdo it. So starting there, and next week I will do half a mile for a week or two, and then from there I'll try to go 3/4 or 0.75. Eventually get up to a mile, even if it's not every day. Right now I can do these really small ones every day, but once I get higher, I probably won't be able to do it every day. Maybe some small between larger, but I want to be able to do this. I've been, people have been helping me kind of mentally get there. My physical symptoms are a little rougher because of it, but they would have probably been rougher anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter. I still couldn't fall asleep during my nap. Still having, it's been about a week now, the longest stint of um, psyching myself out. What's up, Scott? My longest stint of psyching myself out while I try to fall asleep. Night has been okay. During the day, it's still that if I'm about to fall asleep, shit, my body starts. It's just so my body and brain's so stressed out, it'll just start vibrating like a motherfucker. So I just, if I get some rest for about an hour. But other than that, it was a little bit better of a day, but that's nowhere close to where I need to be for right now. I mean, it's still pretty scary, and I'm pretty much realizing that most of this is stemming from anxiety. Not the symptoms in general, but like they don't come from anxiety, but it's symptoms that are already there, but they're getting heightened by anxiety. So realistically, I could probably cut again if my anxiety could, calm down. But if the person who said that, uh, what was they saying? Mentioned nervous breakdowns and stuff, and it's like I'm pretty sure I've just been having a fucking nervous breakdown because I've been so terrified and scared, and just the stress and everything's been so fucking hard. Hence my anxiety and stuff. And eventually, it should calm down. It's me that I've had nervous breakdowns during this, so I kind of get it. But I never really knew what a nervous breakdown really was. So I've been researching them and stuff like that. And it's funny how if somebody has a nervous breakdown, they instantaneously go to like a psych place and get medication. I seriously would like this to calm down though. I don't know how I'm trying to, since I'm trying to start to get out and walk a little bit more, and I'm trying to get in a little bit more meditation. It's just hard to get back into it. I'm hoping it calms down my nervous system a lot to at least give me a break. And who knows? But I pretty much terrify myself of what goes on in my body. Oh yeah. How you doing, Scott? Oh, I guess I already know how you're doing. But I get more tired now because I meditate right before I do these talks. It's cold as fuck, but I'm still wearing shorts. Uh, it was a much nicer day today, like yesterday. It's 36 degrees now. I went for a short walk. It was 38. Of course, here when it's winter, 38 is pretty decent. So my walk's very short, but considering I haven't done shit in like a year, I seriously don't want to overdo it, especially when I've been in such a wave. But I think this might be just enough to kind of help me move forward. It went good. I mean, wasn't long like yesterday, but that's 2 days in a row I've gone, and it's very short. Today I went for 0.33 miles at 9 minutes. So nothing major. I mean, I could easily go a lot longer, but I'm not freaking out my body. So I'm gonna do these little 0.33 type walks for about a week. Then after that, I'm just gonna up it to about a half mile, and I'll probably do that for about 2 weeks. And I can't imagine doing it every single day. I might do it a little shorter between that, just kind of break it up. But thanks for pushing that. I mean, so far, I mean, it makes my physical symptoms a little worse, but right now it's been okay. Um, I think in general, with me moving and getting out more, of course, it's gonna be fucking when it gets really freezing cold. I'm not sure. I might have to go to Target or something. But it's nicer to be outside because it really helps me gauge how I'm doing instead of sitting in this fucking room, in the living room or whatever. I haven't been doing a lot of going out to work because it's been so bad. I have a sale day for my work on Saturday, so I gotta go on Saturday. But I haven't gone since last Sunday. Normally I go two, and my when I'm feeling good, I go 3 days a week. I'm going one day a week, and I'm dreading it. So that's how fucking sick I've been. I never miss out this much. But it was good. Short, but good. Just take my dog with me and we do a quick little walk. Makes me look around and get the sensories going, which is always a little stressful. But I'm hoping the more I do it, the more it'll cut down my anxiety. As long as the anxiety can be cut down to a point, it's still pretty up there. And that's what's fucking me up bad. If my anxiety was calmed down, I could deal with a lot of these symptoms. I could probably cut my meds if my anxiety was calming down. It just makes all my symptoms just skyrocket. Calm down the anxiety, the symptoms calm down. It's just anxiety is like that fucking. It's like caffeine. It's just nuts. I still get a lot of inner turmoil in my body. I don't know why that got so bad recently. It's been a long time since my physical symptoms got this bad after I fucked up Remeron, but it came on 3 months later after I cut, which is really weird. So it's like a really bad physical wave. It's a little better today, but I'm still shaking and it's just weird. It's a weird. Could always say it could be worse because it always could be, but honestly, almost anything right now can put me into a much worse wave. So I'm hoping everything stays calm and normal. I just can't afford any more stress right now. So here's for the people who have been following me about my neighbor and the whole weed smelling like weed in my apartment. Here's some. Oh, it's nice to see you. No, I'm glad you pop in. So my neighbor downstairs, for the people who don't know, and the people I already know anyway, my neighbor down, I wrote him a note because my I live on the second floor apartment, and as soon as you open my door downstairs, it leads to one flight of stairs up. So as soon as like you go downstairs, it would smell like major weed, and it would just loft up into my apartment. It just smelled like a skunk in my fucking apartment. And I don't know if that was causing my waves or not or what. I know the stress of me stressing out didn't help it. But so anyway, I wrote him a note and I didn't hear anything back, but it stopped smelling like weed for like a week. I'm like, good. All of a sudden, it started reeking of weed again. So I'm like, fuck this. I got so pissed. This was just recent. Stressed me out, threw me more into a wave. And I wrote another note, and it was my kind of my last chance before I contacted the office here. I just hate being that fucking guy because I'm not against it, but it makes me sick. So anyway, he writes me a note back explaining that it's not him. He's like, I know he recently got a DUI, and he said I can't smoke because I get randomly drug tested. He's like, well, and it was a really nice note. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I only have one other neighbor where says she's seen him smoke weed here and there. And but after I gave him that note, or he wrote that note back, it hasn't smelled like weed since. Well, this morning I walked down to go to the post office. I walked down to my stairs and it slightly smelled like weed in my downstairs area. I'm like, not enough that would bother me, at least I don't think. But so I just jotted it down. And if it happens again, I'm gonna put a note on the other neighbor's door. And if he claims it's not him, then I don't know what the fuck's going on. But that's where I'm at right now. I kind of don't believe the kid downstairs because he's fucking weird. He was an alcoholic, probably still is, but I know he was smoking a lot of weed. So, like, what are the odds that it's not him? I have a feeling it might be him still because he just doesn't want to get in trouble. And I told him, I'm not here to get anybody in trouble. I just want to let you guys know. Just do it elsewhere. Can you like go outside or go to your bedroom or something? but don't do it right next to that stairwell because it fucking, I don't know, it's so thin right there. I don't get it. So whatever. We'll see what happens. Since it smelled like weed a little bit this morning. I'm hoping that's not the case tonight because this shit really stresses me out, and I know it's keeping me into a wave too. That stress has always fucked me up, but now being as sensitive as I am, because I'm more sensitive now than I've ever been. So every little thing fucks me up, and it fucks me up bad. It puts me way over what I can handle. So I hope I strengthen up to like get to a point where like the waves put me into how I feel now versus way over that, you know. So we'll see. But yeah, that's that story. So we'll see what happens. I'll know like when I sit out there for a little while, I'll know. It'll be pretty obvious. It'll start smelling like a skunk in my apartment. And I never hated the smell, but I don't want to sit and smell somebody's weed for hours and hours and all night because the more it can't be good that I'm inhaling it all night long. It can't be. So that's that story. Oh. And it just so happens to be your ex-boyfriend. Oh boy. Yeah. That's rough. I used to have somebody that had a fucking Harley and it just oh right through me. So I get it. But at least it wasn't an ex. Yeah, I hope he stops too. I mean, I don't care who the fuck's doing it. If it's my other neighbor, then he'll get a note. If it starts up again a lot, the thing that pisses me off though is like once I smell it, I know I'm gonna have to inhale it all night, and that stresses me out. You can't just stop it because it's like it was already done. You know, he probably just takes a big ass hit downstairs when he's taking his dog out or whatever, and it just comes right through the door. But either way, cheap apartments. 2 days ago, what? That roaring sound? Yeah. I'm just waiting to taper again. Just hanging out. So ridiculous. Yeah, people don't care. I mean, it's like, who wants to hear that? Even if you're not in this, nobody wants to fucking hear that. Just him, you know? I sure don't want to fucking hear that. Oh, I'd be so pissed. You can't be pulling that shit that late, waking everybody up. I'm gonna head off here in about 5 minutes. So, to reiterate, I'm starting to do a little walking again, even though I only started doing that very small since it's been like a year. And we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping it strengthens my nervous system a little bit, even though my nervous system's completely shut and like can barely handle it now. But I think in general, it might have to be done in order for me to keep tapering because my nervous system's not keeping up with this at all. It just keeps throwing me back into horrific waves over and over and over again. And that's cool. I get the waves happen, but after a taper, it's just like I start to feel a little better, and then it's like crashed into like acute type shit. And it's like makes me feel like I've done something else wrong. So starting to walk a little bit, like a quarter mile every day. Nothing major. It's pretty quick. Takes me like 6, 7 minutes. And I'm gonna do that for the week. See how I feel. And some days I might skip. It all depends, but I'm gonna get going again. I was at least walking 2 or 3 times a week last time, but I was walking like good walks, like a mile or more. And with that and going to work 3 days a week, I mean, it was pretty decent. It wasn't great, but it was decent. But after I fucked up Remeron and over tapered, I haven't, and with allergies outside, it's like I have to wear a mask. Like now, it's not too bad. It's just really cold. But like when I go in the spring and summer, sorry, I'm gonna have to wear a mask outside. Strict diet is mandatory. I'm not worried about that. I stick to it. I had some lot of gut issues last night. It's like sometimes even the same shit I eat, it just fucks my stomach. But it's more rare now. I rarely have gut issues. I mean, I'm sure I've got a lot of gut issues that I can't tell, but yeah, I don't eat sugar or have any uh, dairy stuff, nothing, the lactose. But walking after everything got fucked up for a while, I was so sick for so long, and honestly, things are just lightening up a little bit, even though I'm still like worse off than a lot of my waves, but in comparison to what I was at, I guess it's better. I've been living by these specific diets and trying to do everything by the book, and it does not. I mean, it's helped me not get sicker, but it didn't seem to help me get any better. Who knows? I'm trying to calm down my nerves as much as possible because after everything that's been going on, if I did have a nervous breakdown, it's been a good while, and I'm hoping it calms down soon. Because all the symptoms are there, for somebody who had a nervous breakdown. And it's funny because the second somebody has a nervous breakdown that's not us, it's funny. They go right to the fucking psych hospital and get drugs. So funny. And here I have to work, nervous breakdown or not. But yeah, stick to the diets and stick to all the same stuff. Sucks, but eventually you can kind of add more things in. Yeah, it's true. I always feel worse if I don't eat. I did not have a big lunch at all, so I know I'm gonna make dinner really soon and try to eat a lot. Eat as much as I can anyway. It's not easy. That bland ass chicken and stuff like that sucks. I think I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow. Get all the same bullshit, I suppose. Yeah, you gotta keep eating if that's happening. My I check my blood sugar on occasion, and since I'm mostly pre-diabetic, but lately they say I'm not. but it gets pretty fucked up. I mean, it's always high in the morning, like 110 when I wake up, 120. If I don't eat it and gets really low, oh, that's fucked. And then sometimes it gets too high, depends on, if I eat. Yeah, but the thing is, I'll eat sugar. If your glucose is really low, you have to like eat a piece of fruit. Eat a couple strawberries or something. I have no choice. I don't eat sugar in general, but if my blood sugar gets really low, um, yeah, have to. Yeah, it's funny how like you say 75. It's like a lot of like I've told doctors, I'm like sometimes it'll get lower than some like about 75, and they'll be like, well, that's normal for a lot of people. And I'm like, well, it's not for me. God, I feel like I'm gonna die then. Doctors are such assholes. I don't know what's worse, really high or really low. They both feel like hell. Ooh, well, good luck with that. Hey, what's up? Oh, we're getting some newer people, not new, but people on here. I'm about to sign off. Yeah, working in waves, man. It's like my wave is just it's been a torture these last 3 months. After I fucked up Remeron, it completely changed everything. And that was almost a year ago. I waited 7 months before I cut, and it's been almost about 3.5 months since I cut, and my body's just having extreme downs, like extreme acute type waves over and over and over again. And I'll go through these little partial windows, nothing major, but enough to make me feel more hopeful that it's getting better, and then I'll crash again. It's nuts. So I'm stuck not tapering. So that's why I decided to even though it's really hard, start getting off my ass again. And I'm not counting work. Just starting to move with walking again. It's been almost a year since I fucked up Remeron and I stopped walking. I didn't do it through spring and summer after fucking up the taper because I my allergies get so bad I just couldn't afford it getting worse. I was scared. Now it's like, yeah, got to do it. Insomnia's been horrible for me too. Hmm. Thanks. Yeah, you take care, and we'll see you soon. Glad you came on today. It was nice to see you. Yeah, couple minutes. I'm off. Ugh. So between starting to walk a little bit, doing a little bit more meditation, I'm just to see where I get. I try not to get into that stuff. It's too stressful. Yeah, I've been in this for now after being ripped off benzos and this whole Remeron mess. I have my app, so I know it's like 5 years and 4 months or some shit. 5 years, 4 months, 19 days. My cut has been 3 months and 10 days, so I thought it was half a month, so it's a little less. So I guess that's kind of good. But Ugh. It's just one of those things. It's such a bitch because it's like I can't go to work because I've been so sick. The less I go to work is the more it's going to fuck me up when I go because my body's not used to it. I'm hoping the walking starts to, helps me keep in a kind of a groove. Because being on my feet for a few hours when I'm out, it's hard, and it always throws me off. So we'll see what happens on Saturday when I go out. Okay, guys. For the people who just came on, sorry I can't stay on a little longer, but it's time for my time is up, and yeah, everybody take care, and we'll see you.